Hey Rock Sliders, Robbie Denning here. I wanted to introduce you to the new Moultrie Mobile Edge Cellular Game Camera. I've ran cellular cameras for about 4 years now, and in the West there's always a couple of issues with them. We operate in terrible cell service for the most part. Almost all of my camera placements at one time or another have gone offline, and we're operating usually miles from the nearest road. You can't just run up and fix them. You typically lose that season when your trail camera goes offline. Well, the Moultrie Mobile Edge has fixed that because they use a scanning technology where they're not dedicated to one service provider like AT&T or Verizon. The competitors, you have to buy that camera, where with the Edge, they can connect to any network, and the auto connect technology scans the airwaves and connects to the strongest signal. If that signal gets weak, it'll connect to another signal. And as you know, in the West, these signals go up and down. Just because you place a cellular camera and you've got a great signal, that doesn't mean you will a week from now. So proof's in the pudding. I've had my cameras in the field, in the backcountry for close to 60 days. It's the middle of October now. I placed them in mid-August. They've never gone offline. I've received every picture, and I know what's going on around my cameras up there. The second issue they've solved is this has a 16 gigabyte memory and no SD card. You won't find a slot on here. For the Western hunter, that's huge because we get our cameras stolen a lot. We operate on public ground. There's not a lot of private ground out here. And when somebody steals your camera and your SD card, there's all your blood, sweat, and tears. They're gone. And someone else gets to use your investment. With no SD card, they can steal the camera, but they can't get the images. The images are transmitted to your phone. Even if they called customer service, they can't access your camera without your password. So, ha thieves. Those are two huge issues that have been solved with the Edge camera. There's other features and benefits that are really good. Read my entire review at rockslide.com. I'll have it linked in the comments down here. You can see all the other features and benefits. As far as setting the camera up, it's easy. You just open your camera. Install your batteries. Another cool feature, you can either go with 8 batteries for lower capacity or you can go full 16. That's probably what I'd recommend for most Western hunters. And once you've done that, you scan the barcode with your Moultrie mobile app, select your plan, set your camera up, test it. Once you're in the field, test it one more time because the cell signal will likely have changed. It's going to select the strongest cell signal in the area. Test your camera, you're good to go. Okay, let's take a quick walkthrough on the Moultrie mobile app. This is where you're going to be receiving all your pictures. It opens to the gallery. The gallery is where your images land, and the gallery is shared with all of your cameras. So you just want to have your camera named, and you'll be able to see at the bottom of each picture which camera it came from. That would be in the event that you didn't recognize the terrain shown in the picture. If you have a lot of cameras, that would be important. I'm primarily after deer. A lot of night pictures. That's typically when they move. Those are all taken at 4 megapixel, which I've been very happy with. I've got daytime photos as well, just not as many. Here's a buck coming through. Daytime, that's at 4 megapixel as well. I do have the option to select video, and with the app you can select video on any day you want. I didn't do a lot of it because it does use more battery for the uploads, but there's an HD video right there of a buck walking through a saddle. No problem at all. Really like the video option. So that's your gallery right there. Your devices, I've simply named mine Edge 1 and Edge 2. This is where all your settings are. You can view your signal strength and your battery life. The great thing about the Edges with the auto select technology is it's grabbing the best cell phone signal in the area in real time. And I've seen that cell signal vary all the way from fair to good on any given day, which tells me that it's doing what it's supposed to do. Jumping into the settings itself, just standard stuff on the settings, you know, setting up whether you're choosing photo or video, trigger speeds, resolution, stuff like that. One critique you'll see right there, I've got the camera set to check in every 12 hours, but it doesn't allow me to select the time to check in. The competitors do. So let's just say I wanted to receive pictures at 10 a.m. I could set my camera up to do that, where with the Edge I can't. I can only select frequency, so I'm receiving pictures at twice a day, and the default time on that for my cameras has been 6:30 a.m. That's when I receive them. But that's kind of minor, but it is convenient. All the other standard stuff you would expect. I've got the sensitivity of the camera set on high because I'm in a saddle. I might be picking up deer 20, 30 yards away. One other cool thing about the Edge technology is they update their software remotely, meaning if they have a software update, you don't have to grab your camera to do it, which is really tough in the West. Our cameras are located a long ways from the road and typically a long hike in. I've got mine set on night focus right here, and what that means is my camera comes on at 6 p.m. and shuts off at 10 a.m. That's when I get most of my deer activity. I don't want the camera on midday, especially up on a high ridge like where that camera is. You get a lot of wind. For you guys that run water holes, you know what happens during the day. You know, thousands of birds come in. I can avoid all those pictures as well. But there is a standard mode if you want to run your camera 24 hours a day. That's available as well. The scheduler mode also saves battery as well because it doesn't have as many photos to upload. There are some other functions in the app. These time of day, temperature, and moon phase filters, they're pretty awesome. I didn't use them a lot, but they're there if you want them, so you can see when your pictures are coming in according to moon phase, temperature, or time. You could really geek out on that. There's a map function. It'll show you where your camera's at. That would be helpful if you had a lot of cameras. Okay, I haven't used it because I've only got 2 cameras out. It's got a weather function that grabs the information from the closest weather station. That may or may not be accurate in the West because our cameras are often located thousands of feet in elevation difference or even miles from a weather station, but it's there if you want it. So anyways, really happy with the Moultrie mobile app, and I've had it for about 60 days now. It's not glitchy, I can tell you that. It opens and stays doing what it should do. I've never had to reload it. Just really happy with that thing. So if you want to check the app, run a test demo, you can go to the App Store and get that, and you can see how it works. Try it yourself, no account required, no obligation to continue. So check that out at the App Store. There you go.